after the pre-spawn ends, and always keep in mind, I tell people this, they're like, oh, they're done spawning, or they've all moved up, or they've all moved back out. You know, a lake, a lot of times is so big, there's 4 or 5 different things going on at any one time on any different end or part of the lake. So while the spawn may be over up the lake and the, you know, mid-lake or up the river, it may just be starting down by the dam. And by knowing that, you can specifically put yourself in locations that are going to help you target the way that you want to fish at that given time. You know, a lot of these highland reservoirs in central Texas, for instance, I mean, you can go to the dam on Lake Travis in late April and May, and those fish are just now moving up to spawn, where up the river, they're well into the post-spawn and doing something totally different. And that happens all across the nation at any given time.
So I'm like, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh yeah, I gotta turn around, gotta eat that. Yes, you do. That's filet mignon. Oh, he's gotta have it. Got him that time. You are not the biggest guy in the world, but you are captured. They become so personal. Thank you, buddy. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you. That was fun. We appreciate you. We're gonna Jimmy Houston kiss you. That was so cool. I mean, that was fun to watch. We only flipped on that fish 67 times, and he's bit it about 27 times. We finally captured him.
Once fish begin to move up shallow to spawn, you know, they become very territorial into a certain area. There's a certain window where you're going to catch them on a specific spot, doing a specific presentation that's going to trigger that fish to react while they're in that period. And I've actually gone to the same spawning, you know, bed and caught multiple fish off that bed over a month-long period, where, you know, a pair may come up and then another pair comes up and then the same male may come up. I mean, it's just so interesting to watch how that happens. And once you identify an area that's really holding those types of fish, sight fishing can be one of the most fun and frustrating things that you'll ever do.
That's so cool. We finally got you, girl. You're bigger than I thought you were. Come here. That's so fun. We're gonna let you go, get back in there. Oh, it was fun. I mean, I missed this fish about 5 times before I finally was able to get control and win the fight. But we finally won the fight. That's half the battle and that deal there. And we're gonna let her go back and grow up and make lots of babies right there.
When I'm sight fishing, a couple of things I generally do more often than not. And once again, there's not an absolute. I'm probably gonna have 20-pound Sunline Sniper tied on. I'm gonna have my weight pegged. I'm gonna have a bait on that I can see a lot of times in those situations, but I also do rely a lot of times on a green pumpkin beaver style bait that's gonna mimic a bluegill. There are times where I'm gonna flip a braided line in there and a big heavy weight, and there are times where I will back it down, especially in really clear, really pressured water where I've got one that's just acting real finicky and he's always trying to get away from me. But you know, it's just, once again, using that experience, using that time on the water to be able to dial in to catch those fish that are out there protecting and guarding and wanting to spawn.
Probably gonna react this time. My cable is way up in the air now. Oh, he bit it. The little one did. Got him. Come here, buddy. Thank you, sir. Look at that big one right below him. The big one, 2 of them. Hey, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go. Let you go back, grow up. Thank you. Go back.
You know, as we look at the spawn, I think it's, you know, a long drawn out process on a body of water. Certain areas are going to warm up before others do, and certain areas are going to be way behind those areas. And understanding how the sun warms up one bank versus another, understanding how that whole dynamic plays out from the dam to the upper end of a reservoir can help put you in the right spots based on what you think the fish should be doing at any given time. And once you dial a lot of that in, you know, understanding where those fish are going to be or should be and how they're setting up, it becomes pretty easy.